Hello everybody and welcome to episode number 7 of Lockdown Cooking, here live from Zante.
Hello.
We hope you're all alright and thank you very much for joining once again. Today we've got lots of exciting stuff happening. We're going to make, first of all, yuvarlaka. It's a little bit hard to pronounce, I know, but in English it would translate to meatballs with
Rice.
and
Egg and lemon sauce.
egg and lemon sauce. All right. So it's a slightly unusual thing, the egg and lemon sauce, but we promise you, if you try it, maybe not everyone in the family will love it. We had 1 out of 12 didn't like it, which is a pretty good ratio, I think. You should definitely give it a go. Apart from that, we're going to show some videos of where we went up to the family farm, and we cooked some nice things up there too. We made dolma up there. We'll show you how we did that. And we also made a garlic potato dish, which is a traditional Zakinthian dish. It was made a lot at the time when my dad was a young lad. That's back in the 70s and 80s, before tourism really kicked in. And then there is the lovely Barbara Cloffer, who's over here. Waving to her now, and she's going to talk a little bit about her fantastic yoga that she does. And she also does online classes too, and we're going to talk a little bit about that later on. So, I'll say a couple of hellos before we begin. Big hello to Ruth, hello to Andy and the family, hello to Steve, Steve and Rich down there in Devon. Big hello to Maggie, lots of love Maggie, Julie, and where else? We've got Annette and Alison, hello from sunny Wales. Nice to know it's sunny over there. We have Caroline and Marit. Hello Marit, lots of love to Finland. We miss you very much, and we're doing everything we can to bring Taru over here, or I will come over there, something will happen. And hello to the family, of course. Oh, and to Moya. Hello Moya, and Robin also, he's in. So let's begin.
Don't forget Kate and John.
And Kate and John, of course, down there in Ireland. All right.
Okay.
So, what do we have here?
Okay, so first of all, we're going to be making, I'm going to be making the meatballs, and Alex is going to be making the soup. So if Alex would like to start by putting a pan onto the heat.
Okay. So we've got a few things going on here. We've got the stock here that's already boiling. Okay, we've got chicken stock boiling here. I'm going to be sautéing the onions, parsley, and then we've got some lovely veg over here. And Mandy will be kneading the meatballs, which we will put into the pan once they're ready. Okay, just need to light the fire here. Some olive oil.
Okay, so that's yours.
There we go. Lovely. Plenty of olive oil.
Yeah.
Okay, so while that's been
While
getting
that's
warmed
heating up,
let's get
I'm
our
going to start with this. Okay, so
mixture ready.
all right. So I've got the onions that are already chopped up. Finally, they're going into here. I've got parsley, already nicely chopped. Got some seasoning, a little bit of salt, some pepper. We're going to break 1 egg into the mixture. Got the grated zest of 1 lemon.
Looks yummy already.
Yeah, it's getting there. We've got rice. And rice, you need the medium grain rice. The long grain rice doesn't cook quite as well into the mixture. So we've got nearly everything in there. A little bit of garlic. And then the meat.
Okay, I'll just say while you're doing that, this is ready, so I'm putting the onions in. And into our stock here, we've got one cube in there. We're cheating, but never mind. And we're also going to put some bay leaves in there, a couple of bay leaves.
Okay, so I'm going to need this. It needs it needs about 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes kneading. We perhaps won't do it quite that long today, but...
That long, eh?
Yeah, it needs a good go, yeah. Otherwise, all the ingredients don't mix in together and they won't be evenly, when you get the meatballs, they won't be evenly cooked.
Okay.
So,
I need a spoon. I'll do this for now. There we go, lovely. So we're finally out of lockdown pretty much here in Greece, and we can roam about the streets freely without having to send an SMS every single time we go out. And the cases of coronavirus are pretty low at the moment, so fingers crossed there'll be tourism soon and everything will be back to normal. And we've got to be positive.
So.
We've got to be positive, haven't we?
Yeah.
All right.
It's really strange in the town now. When you go into town, there's actually people there after like a month of seeing nobody on the streets at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't, apart from the people being there, it doesn't seem hugely different. There's nothing else open. There's no restaurants open, no cafes open. So when they begin to open, that's when we'll see a difference, I think.
All right. Steve says there's no such thing as a little piece of garlic, which is very true over here. We use a lot of everything, don't we?
Yeah, yeah. So do you want to put the garlic in, what's left of there, into the pan? That'll be good. Okay, and the celery.
Yeah. There we go.
You might notice the celery, we've used the leaves as well. It's a shame to waste it, so we put everything into the pan. Leaves and stalk, all add extra flavour.
Pamela says, have we heard anything about when we're open? I think restaurants are allowed to open in June. I believe tourism is allowed to happen again, if everything goes well, from July onwards. There will be changes to the usual thing, like they say all staff in restaurants have to wear masks and they have to wear gloves and so on. And also there has to be a distance in between the tables of at least 2 meters, four people per table, and no inside spaces, so that has to be outside. So fortunately here at the Green Club,
yeah, we've got lots of space, haven't we?
We've got a lot of space, and we've got a big old garden out the back here, so everything should be okay.
I'm just going to get the tray.
Julie says she's due to fly on the 5th of July.
Ah,
well, Julie,
good.
I hope you get here, and I hope we get to see you. So how are we getting on there?
So I've not done it 5 minutes, I've probably done it 3-4 minutes, but it's looking good. I'm going to make it into small meatballs now.
All right.
They're like kind of walnut-sized meatballs.
Mm-hmm.
And when these are all ready and the soup's all doing, we'll just drop them into the soup and it cooks for about 35 minutes.
Okay. I'll try and do these with you.
Yeah.
Here we got. Caroline says, how is the weather with you? It is absolutely boiling. Not to make you feel jealous or anything like that, but it is very, very hot today. And we're due a little bit of bad weather up to Friday, and then it's going to be lovely and sunny again, and we can now go fishing. So it means Saturday, hopefully we'll go out fishing, and we're going to make a couple of videos, and hopefully next week we get to try some fresh fish and show you how we cook that.
just when we've begun to get rid of all the fish out of the freezer.
Yeah. Barbara, do you like fresh fish?
I do, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, my husband goes fishing for squid. He's a
Oh, yeah. Barbara's husband, we do see many times fishing the squid. We go sometimes with my father. It's quite an unusual type of fishing for those who are interested in that kind of thing. You have to go at night time. Yes? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's all right.
You need to put the potatoes in.
I need to put the potatoes in, okay. Thank you for reminding me.
My pleasure.
All right. So, these are nicely done there, okay? So now we're putting in potatoes and carrots. So we've got a couple of videos actually of where we've been squid fishing. So we're going to add that next week. It's interesting to see. It's unusual. And you have a long line behind you, and then you slowly bring the squid in, and then you can prepare it here for everyone to see next week. And who doesn't
Get covered in squidding.
Who doesn't love calamari?
Yeah.
And maybe we'll catch some big fish as well.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Never know.
This recipe we're doing at the moment, there's quite often people do it without the carrots and the potato, just saying if you've just got the meat and you don't have the potatoes and the carrots, you can just make it as like a meatball soup. But with the extra ingredients, it makes it more of a main meal.
Okay.
Also, there's a tomato version of it, like everything in Greece. There's the lemon version and the tomato version. But at this time of year, I think the more lemony version is lighter. So that's what we're going with, yeah.
So big hello to Russ and also to Kjell from Göteborg. Thank you for joining very much.
Is that Gothenburg?
That's Gothenburg, and I'm saying it with a Swedish accent.
Okay, yeah.
And someone who is from Gothenburg, you know what they're called?
A Gothenburger?
No.
No.
Göteborgare.
Okay.
There you go.
Learn something every day, don't you?
And big hello to Johnny, who says, family of 5, hopefully flying 23rd of July. Look forward to eating on my own. Well.
Oh dear. Maybe you could have a 2 and a 3.
Yeah.
You just twigged, haven't you?
Oh yes, I did. It took a minute. Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully there'll be some sort of change in the law by then. Because no, you know what they had. The other thing, the other law was you could only have one person in a taxi. So it meant if there was a couple, then they had to go, come back, and they've changed that. So hopefully they will see the light and it will be different. And a big hello to Maggie Thomas, who says big hello from England. Hello Maggie. Thanks for joining.
Okay, Alex, would you like to put the stock into there now?
I'd love to put the stock in there.
So nice, this programme. I can say whatever I like to Alex and he can't really be rude to me. Lovely. So
Okay.
Turn the heat up and let that bubble. And would you just like to add a little bit of seasoning to that? Okay. I'll add a little bit of seasoning to that.
I'll just say as well, this is my top 3 favourite dishes of all time. So I would definitely recommend trying it.
If you do make it at home, when the stock does actually have to be, make sure it's boiling, like on a nice sort of like medium heat so you can see the bubbles. Otherwise, when you put the meatballs in, there is a possibility of them breaking up. So make sure the stock is actually boiling.
Okay.
I think we are actually boiling, so you can just...
Ready? Just
There
put
you
them in?
go, yeah.
Okay.
It's a kind of strange idea, boiling meatballs, isn't it? But it does work.
It works. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really good.
Beautiful.
There we go.
So that just needs to cook 35 to 40 minutes on a medium heat. So it's just like simmering.
Okay.
And when that's done,
Yep.
we'll be making a light egg and lemon sauce to add it into the soup. For now, we'll just leave it with the lid on to bubble away.
Okay. All right, so there we go. Okay,
We're
so
all done.
all right, so that is part one done. What is going to happen now is we're going to show you the first part of a two-part video of where we went to the mountain, and it's our family farm. My granddad, my great-grandfather started it, and then it was my dad and my uncle that have kept it going, and more so my cousins who are also here, and you'll get to see them in the video too. And that is where we cooked the garlic potato dish made by my auntie, and we'll show you where we went and got all the stuff as well, and we'll be back very, very soon with Barbara. See you in a minute. Here we are at our forefathers' lands and the area known as Paneka. From here, we harvest our own olive oil, herbs, fruits and veg, and everything is 100% organic. First on the list was to visit Yanni's farm. The family grows a variety of different things here. The wild strawberry that in Zakynthos has only been cultivated in Argasi. A small vineyard that grows the Avgustiatis grape that is indigenous here to the island. Locals refer to it as the blood of the land. Next, we had to get the ingredients for our first dish. Potatoes, some amazingly fragrant garlic from Yanni, and freshly laid organic eggs from Beer's chicken. So we're here in the mountain today, and we're going to cook potatoes with garlic leaves and eggs. It's a spring dish that we make here in Zakynthos, and my auntie here is going to show us how we do it. We chopped garlic and potatoes, placed them in the pan, leaves and everything, along with a little olive oil. We then placed some tomato paste, covered with water, and allowed to cook for around 30 minutes. After that, it is time to place the eggs and allow them to poach for around 5 minutes. So this was really a farmer's food. It's something that would be on their menu most days at this time of the year. You saw earlier, it's all things that we collected from the top of the mountain, the garlic, potatoes. This is really traditional food, mountain food, farmer's food, and it's a true dish of the land. All right, hello everybody, welcome back. We really hope you enjoyed that video as much as we enjoyed making it. It was lots and lots of fun and a new experience for us. So Barbara, say a big hello to everybody.
Hi everyone.
Barbara's joined us today, and as we said before, Barbara lives here in Argasi. How long have you been staying here for?
I've been living in Argasi for about 23 years.
All right,
Maybe
okay.
24.
All right.
It gets a bit blurry.
Yeah. I don't think I've met you before properly.
Not properly, no. I've heard lots about you, Alex.
Oh my God. All good things, I'm sure.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course,
and the
yeah.
other stuff, yeah.
And the other stuff, yeah. Okay. So, tell us a bit about your yoga and how it, how it came about and what you do. And
Okay,
everything.
so after I got married and had my children, and I was at home for quite a few years, and they grew up a bit, and I suddenly had a lot more free time.
Okay.
And I'd started to do yoga here, actually, with a lady called Frances in Basilikos when she had a Gaia Visions. It was a retreat.
Right.
It was lovely. So I got really involved with yoga then. And then when I had this kind of ample time on my hands, it just seemed like a natural progression just to take it on, do the training, and then start teaching.
So what made you get into yoga? What was the...
Okay, so I've had my whole life has been involved in performance of some sort or other. So I went to drama school and I did a lot of dancing and singing and blah, blah, blah. So it's always been physical. But when I had an injury to my back, I had to stop sort of flinging myself around so much. And yoga was the ideal way to ease back into movement.
All right, very, very good. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a moment. Right now, we're going to make medlar tea.
Medlar tea.
Medlar tea,
Okay.
or loquat, medlar, I don't know, call it what you like. So it's these beautiful things that grow around here everywhere. It came from Asia, and they are perfect to eat at this time of the year. So we all know it's around Easter time when we eat them. Someone said they look a bit like eyeballs once, but I don't think so. They're lovely.
Unhealthy eyeballs.
Yeah. So what we do, like if you want to eat them, you just peel them like so, and then you eat the inside. It's lovely. Put that to one side, and we're not going to use those today. What we're going to do is make tea from the leaves. It's something that people don't do over here because it's not a plant that was growing here for a long time. So we think it's a good idea. If you can use a whole plant, you should.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No waste. So we're going to do it together. Okay. You take one leaf. I'll take one leaf.
Okay.
And what we need to do is sponge.
Right.
And a sponge. And see on the top here, it's got these like
Veins.
this fluff.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just dip it, sponge into there,
Uh-huh.
and then we just sort of scrub it off like that. And it's super good for you. It's anti-aging, anti-inflammatory,
Anti-allergenic.
anti-allergenic. Okay, yeah. So it's really good for you, and it's something that I don't know. Once people become more aware of it, maybe they'll be using it a little bit more. Philip Duggan says hello.
Hi, Phil. Hi. Mwah. And Dagmara.
And Dagmara, yeah. They were over here in September last year, end of September.
That's
I
right.
think.
And he pops the question.
Oh yeah.
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 No
Amazing.
secrets. Okay. Then you dip it in.
And then we dip it in just to wash it off. Okay. Done?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So then what we do is we chop the bit off, as we don't want the vein.
All right.
So we just want those bits. Do that one. There you go. You want to do those?
It's trusting you with a knife.
So during the coronavirus epidemic, Barbara has been doing online yoga classes. And are you going to continue doing those?
I think I will, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell everyone like where they can find it if they want to join? And
You're just going to have to find me on Facebook.
Okay.
And Barbara Clother, or Out to Explore Zen Yoga. And message me and I'll tell you how to get involved. We do it on a platform called Zoom.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's very easy to get onto, and the type of yoga I do is accessible for everyone. It's not super difficult.
Well, that's good.
It's good for us all.
And my mother does it also. She's a part of the
She's a whiz.
team.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's a ninja.
All right. Okay. All right. So we say like it's really good, that we're doing things like this and like what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's a great thing in order to keep your mental state going, apart from just your physical health as well. Isn't
Absolutely. Yeah, very much so. The type of yoga we do as well, it's Zen yoga.
Okay.
So it's from Japan.
All right.
Chinese, China and Japan.
Okay.
And it's kind of 50-50 meditation and yoga.
All right.
It's really good for the soul, really good for the mind and the body.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we've cleaned our leaves and chopped them up. We put them in the pan, like that. Let's grab some water. A couple of cups of water in there. Okay, that should do. So tell us a little bit about life outside of the summer, because everyone comes here in the summer and they never get to see what it's like in the winter and out of season. What is your experience?
My personal experience is that I absolutely love the winter, but that's because we work like maniacs in the summer.
Yeah.
And then in the winter we get to enjoy the island. So it's very quiet, but there's still plenty going on. There's loads going on. And if you really love Zakynthos, then you'll love it here in the winter. We go walking. We do a lot of walking. We're outside. It's the ideal time.
Yeah, it is. It's not too hot. It's not too... perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's so many places away kind of off the beaten track and off the tourist trail.
We did last week, for those of you who watched, we did a video about a place in Argasi called Kanalos, which is in the back of Argasi here, in the hills of Argasi, and that's where you do your yoga, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Can you believe, Alex, I didn't know about Kanalos. I've been here 22, 23 years and I had no idea. It's kind of in my back garden. It's
Yeah.
just behind us. Went up there for the first time last year. And
Really?
what an amazing place.
It is an amazing
Yeah.
place, you're right.
Yeah. So we go there, at the moment we're going once a week on Fridays. We do
Okay.
a yoga class up there.
All right. Every Friday.
Every Friday in the morning.
Excellent.
And tomorrow
Yes.
we're going to stream it live
Oh.
on Zoom from up there.
Beautiful. So how can people see that? They have to go on
They're
Zoom?
going to have to
or-
go on Zoom, yeah, but they'll have to contact me to get the password to
Okay,
get in
cool.
there.
So contact you through Facebook and then
Yeah.
they can get on there. Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. All right. So now we've got this cooking, we'll just have to wait a little bit and we'll talk a little bit about the other things that we did with the medlars as well. And we made medlar jam, number one. We made medlar chutney that goes really, really nice with cheese, you know, use it as a spread. And then finally, last but not least, it's not quite ready yet. However, we have the logplats here in vodka, and hopefully by July we can all drink it together and see what it's like.
That's vodka.
Yes,
And there's cinnamon, is there? Is that
and
cinnamon?
there is cinnamon too. Yes, that's right. So I think it'll taste pretty
Yeah, I
good.
think it will.
Yeah. So, what is your favourite Greek food?
Okay, we discussed this a bit earlier, didn't we?
Yes.
And the first thing that came to my mind was fakers,
Yeah.
lentil soup that you did last week.
We did it
Yum.
a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 But I since have thought, I know it's a bit naughty because I'm not a vegetarian even though I'm a yogi.
Okay.
I've since thought that my other secret favourite is rabbit, Zakynthia rabbit.
Oh yes, it is amazing.
Have you done that yet?
We haven't.
Are you
no.
going to do it?
What do you think? Should we do Zakynthia rabbit? Would you like to see that? Let us know in the comments. We'd really like to know what you think.
Because you use the local cheese, don't you? in
Yes,
that
you
as
use a
well,
local cheese. It is
yeah.
a very, very Zakynthia dish.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely beautiful. And I had it today actually.
Did
for
you?
lunch, yeah.
No.
It is very, very nice. And what about like as a sweet, as a dessert? What kind of
Frigagna.
thing? Frigagna,
Yeah.
oh yeah. That is gorgeous. We're going to make that next week where we were on about it. It takes a little bit of time, so we're going to have to record it and show it to you. But it is a beautiful dish and it's very inexpensive and
It's light, isn't it?
And
It's
light.
sweet and, yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
great
put ouzo in it, in the syrup?
no.
Oh, my sister-in-laws do.
All right.
Oh, God.
Okay, excellent. So we'll try it with ouzo next week,
Yeah.
see how that works out. I've had a few bad experiences with ouzo, that's why I don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We all have that one drink, don't we?
Yeah, we do, yeah. Mine is tequila.
All right,
We don't go there anymore.
fair enough. And just say a few hellos. Steve says rabbit, so we should use
Go
it.
with the rabbit.
Yes, go with the rabbit. Okay. Sarah says rabbit in Greek is
Kuneli.
Kuneli. Yeah. Kuneli stifado. Did you know Sarah? She was our babysitter for many, many years. Me and my
Yeah,
sister
I do remember her actually.
Yeah.
It's been here a while.
back in the day.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we're trying to do through showing you the videos of different places in Zante, and that is try to give light to a few of the places that are off the beaten track, such as Kanalos. Maybe you've been to some places in the walks, some areas that you like, you'd advise people to go. Like, where's your favourite place on the island?
Do you know what? One place that maybe is more popular than I'm giving it credit for, but do you know Roxa, Porto Roxa?
Yes, of course.
It's not somewhere that everybody goes to.
No, it's a bit far away,
It's
but-
amazing. I love it there.
It is far. It is amazing. Porto Roxa is up on the north of the island, and it's sort of like the cliffs go out into the sea, and it's like mountain, and then you have the sea in the middle, and you can dive in, and it's just
Stunning.
Yeah, it is amazing.
You know another place I like that people do go to, but because it's a long way off, Skinari, where the windmill is,
Ah,
up
yeah,
the north
yeah.
end there, and the steps that go down to the sea.
That is a beautiful area too.
It's amazing. We do
Yeah.
yoga there too.
Oh wow! All right. So yeah, it's really great to discover these new places in the island, because I think that once you do, it gives you a new understanding and a new appreciation of where it is that you live or visit. And I mean, for us that live here, there's a lot of people like myself. It's more recently that I've started discovering all these beautiful places. You said you only discovered it last year, Canalos, for example, and it really gives you a new appreciation, like I said, to where you live. And there's lots to Argasi. There was the bridge that we went to as well. You know, the aqueduct. We went to see that. And then there's the walk in town that you can go to Bokhali.
Yeah, through the back of town.
Through the back of town,
Yeah, that's lovely.
And we were on about maybe making a video of that next week.
Yeah.
And the place up there on the top of Bokhali, that's where the castle is, the Venetian castle. Makes my favourite frigagna.
Oh, yeah.
So my favourite sweet place is there.
And just across, when you come down the hill from Bokhali, there's Lofostrani, isn't there? There's that's another place that people don't often go to.
That's right.
Absolutely stunning.
And what happened there, Barbara, do you know?
Is that where that chappie who's really famous wrote the song, the famous
Wrote the
song?
song, yes, that one. The Hymn to Freedom. It's the Greek national anthem, and his name was Solomos. He's the national poet. The square in town is named after him.
The airport's named after him.
The airport's named after him. And he was sitting there on that mountaintop and looking at the rest of Greece being bombed, and he got the inspiration to write the Hymn to Freedom. And Zante was also the birthplace of another national poet of which country? Italy.
Italy,
yes.
Yeah.
And it's Ugo Foscolo.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And there is...
Hence Foscolo Cinema and all that stuff. Yeah.
That's right. And there is his house in town there, which is like a museum now.
That's right. Is it still open?
It's not open all the time, but I believe in the summer you can visit.
Yeah.
So for those who like a bit of culture, it's a good place to go and see. All right. So I think our tea is almost done now. Okay. You're going to try it with me?
Of course I am.
Good.
Yes.
You haven't tried this before, right?
No, I haven't, no. We've got 3 of these trees in the garden, so you know I'm going to go home and make some.
Right, there we go.
So it's still basically clear, isn't it? It's just...
Yeah, but when it rests for a little bit, it'll start to go red.
Oh, okay.
And it goes almost bright red.
Yeah, I can see it's
Slightly red, but the longer you leave it, the more red it'll go.
Right.
And do you like honey?
Oh, yes. Yes, I do.
Okay. Honey.
And is that Zakintian honey?
Of course.
Of course, good. Good.
There we go.
Great.
So, you know, we've been on about a lot as well about dishes like fakes that you like, the lentil soup, and how these sort of dishes are never served in restaurants.
No, I know. It's crazy.
What do you think about that?
That's really sad.
Yeah.
Eggs and tomatoes as well.
Eggs and tomatoes, we made that last week.
Oh, yum.
So, I mean, apart from saying about all the different places that people haven't seen, we're also hopefully uncovering some fantastic food for everybody to try.
Yeah.
And alternative things that go on, like yoga, for example. So when people are on holiday, they can do the yoga as well, can't they, if they want to?
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of people that I know that come over here, especially people that stay for a longer length of time.
Yeah.
It's a great thing to do in the morning.
Yeah, there's stuff like this hiking as well. There's a team that do hiking.
Oh, yeah.
To all these obscure and different places, and they know all about the flora and fauna. It's fascinating.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
So, time to try our tea.
I wasn't putting it off then by talking too much.
Yamas.
Yamas.
A little bit hot, but...
That's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
There's nothing unpleasant there at all.
No, and think of all the good things it's doing to you. And it's free as well, best of all.
Absolutely. Brilliant. Yeah. Well done.
And you can see it's going a bit more red,
it is,
isn't it, as it's cooling down.
Excellent.
All right. So now we're going to go back to the videos that we were on about before. We're going to go back to show the farm, and part 2, which is dolmadaka. Say a few hellos before we go. Phil and Moya and who else? We have Melanie.
Melanie.
Mariana, big hello to Mariana. Alison says, on the subject of alcohol, I brought Disaronno today and I'm trying to make my own Disaronno sour. Well, you're in luck because we have the Green Frog barman here, and maybe if he's feeling like it, he'll come on and give you the recipe for it.
We'll never be the same.
You'll never be the same. All right. So thank you very, very much for joining.
It's been a pleasure.
I hope you can come on here again and maybe we'll do another different quirky thing.
Would love to. Yep.
Okay. We're going to go back to our video. So thank you very much, Barbara. Say goodbye to everybody.
See you later.
And we'll be back very, very soon. Time to explore. A little further up are orange, mandarin, lemon, loquat, pomegranate and walnut trees. We use leaves and zest to make awesome teas with. With the fruit, we make spoon sweets, jams and marmalades. Also, there are herbs growing wild everywhere. We found some mint, fennel, and the wild oregano cultivated and sold by our grandfather, fathers, and now us. The sacred olive tree. This particular variety is known as doppia. It's bigger than the farmed species, but the olive it produces is smaller than most are accustomed to, and it is mainly used for making the highest quality oil. It's amazing to think that this tree is over 1,000 years old and has a perimeter of 14 meters. It's seen more than us all and fed countless people. It's what connects us to the past and what will carry us to the future. So now it's time to make dolmadaka. These are the vine leaves that we got earlier. We blanched them. We're gonna write in the recipe description how you do this exactly. The first thing that we're gonna do today is make the filling. And I'm joined once again by my mother and my auntie. So Mandy and Bia is gonna help cut the things and prepare everything and make some delicious dolmadaka. So here we go. What we need to do to make the filling is first we put some oil in the pan. Do we need some more oil?
Yeah.
Put it in here, okay. And we put the onions in. Then we're gonna add the rice. Then we're gonna add a little bit of water. And then we shall add our herbs, which we have over here. We've got some wild mint, we've got some fennel, and we have some parsley as well.
About ready to add the rice now. It's 2 cups of rice. Maybe a little bit.
We've fried our onions, we've added the rice, and now it's time to add a little bit of water. You gonna add that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. How much water do we add?
About a centimetre into the pan.
Okay, so to cover roughly.
Yeah.
Okay, so after that, what's the process? What do we need to do now? We need to add the herbs.
We need to add the herbs, yeah.
And the herbs are once again mint, parsley,
And dill.
and dill.
Yeah.
Okay, so we add those.
Yep.
There we go. And once we've done this, it's time for the lemon juice.
Lemon juice, yeah.
Anything else after that?
After that, we're going to add the
Currants.
and we're going to add pine nuts, and then we'll add a little bit of seasoning as well.
Okay.
Some recipes say to add sugar. I'm not adding it as I don't think it adds anything to this. Raisins. and the pine nuts. That's everything that we need now for the filling. We just needed to let it boil for about 5 minutes over a medium heat for the rice to absorb the liquid.
Φτάσαμε σχεδόν. The rice has taken all the water in. Now we're going to take it off the heat and use it to stuff our vine leaves. No. The food needs lots of love. It's time to stuff our vine leaves. The first thing we need to do is line the bottom of the pan with the leaves. We want the shiny side up, so that's the shiny side. That's the bottom side. We place them down like so. And we keep going. Now our pan is fully lined with leaves. It's finally time to stuff them. We want the shiny side looking down, like this. Take a little bit of stuffing, place it in the center, wrap from the sides, from behind, and then loosely roll it up. Our dolmadakya are ready. Now it's time to cook them. So what we need to do is season, first of all, add a little salt and a little pepper. Next thing we want to do is just about cover them with water. Now, if you have a plate that is big enough, it'd be better to use a plate. We didn't have one with us, so we improvised and we're using this, just a baking tray. And we place the lid on top like so. And then we are going to put the lid on top of that and cook it for around 4 to 5 minutes.
You might need to check the water levels as you're cooking it. And check every 10 minutes or so and just top it up with water if you see that it's starting to dry out.
This beautiful day is drawing to an end and our dolmadakya are ready. Now it's time to serve, and we're going to serve them with some yogurt and paprika on top. We've got some lemons and a little bit of fennel. Hello everybody and welcome back. I really hope you enjoyed that second part of the video. Again, we had so much fun making it and it's great being up there in the mountain. Now we're going to show you some more local Zakynthia produce before we finish our dish over here. And we have Zakynthia artichokes. What do we know about artichokes?
All thousands of things.
Okay, well, why don't we begin?
I know they're they're supposed to have been an aphrodisiac in ancient times, but other than that,
What a place to start.
antioxidant properties.
Yeah?
You know I always say the appropriate things,
Yes.
don't you?
Okay, so I'll say what I know now.
Okay.
There's three kinds of local artichokes here in Zante. There is The darker one, which is this one, why is it darker? You can see there it's sort of purple on the bottom. There is the light one, and also there is the wild artichoke, which is usually in season in about 20 days or so. So around June is when you can go and harvest them. They're very, very difficult to harvest because they've got big spikes everywhere, and then you have to boil them and you chop all the spikes off. But back in the day when they couldn't go to the local supermarket or greengrocers and get what they wanted, people would go up there and they would cook them, but they taste incredible. They've got really nice smoky flavour. It's very, very beneficial for your health, and it has been around since ancient Greece, so it's a very, very Greek vegetable, you could say. Now what we're going to do is show you how to clean it, because in the future, maybe not next week, but the week after, we're going to make a very Zakinthian dish with these, stuffed with rice. How would you describe it?
Yeah, the stuff with rice and with a little bit of tomato, and again they're going to come in like an egg and lemon sauce.
Maggie says, thank you for the tip, Mandy.
Okay.
It's like, what is it? Sex and the City. So, show us how you clean the artichoke.
Okay. I was really hoping somebody else was going to be here today to clean these artichokes.
Yeah, you know I do.
I've done it lots and lots of times, but they're not very nice things to clean. Anyway, first of all, if you are preparing artichokes, wear gloves, because they'll dye your hands a really dark brown colour. If you're peeling quite a few of them, you want to put them, as you're doing them, into a bowl of water and squeeze some lemon juice into it, because the same colour that your hands have become, the artichokes will become. They become like a nasty tea-coloured dark brown. So start off by cutting the base of the artichoke. If they've got longer stalks on than this, you can clean the stalk and use that as well. That's edible, but as you can see, there's not much worth saving here, so we'll get rid of that. Then you need to break off the outer leaves. The outer leaves are very, very tough. You can't eat them unless you've got very strong teeth and stomach, so we'll get rid of those. There's there's probably thousands of artichoke dishes, but there's two that we make here. One of them is the stuffed artichokes, and the other version is, what do they call it, artichokes?
Alla polita.
Yeah, I can never
Do you know why it's called that?
No.
It's called alla polita because it comes from what we would say in Greece, the poli, which is the city. And the city was Constantinople. So you think Constantinople, poli. And when there's an amazing movie that if you can find it, please watch it. Food lovers and people that like Greek food. It's called A Touch of Spice. And it's all about the history of when the Greeks had to leave Constantinople, and with them they brought all the spices and different styles of cooking. And the artichoke dish that we talked about is one of those dishes that came along with the Greeks that came back from the city.
It's a beautiful film, lovely music as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've taken out the outer leaves and cut off the horrible stalky bits. So now the Zakinthian old-fashioned recipe, the way they say to do it is to bang it on the side of the table.
Why?
No idea, but it's supposed to open the leaves. I think that's what they do. Just bash it round there like that. Not sure whether it's so necessary or not, but anyway. Then you pull it a little bit gently to open it. And inside there's the nasty choky bit, the nasty hairy choky bit that we want to get rid of. So I'm going to cut into the artichoke just around there. Some people don't bother doing this and they leave you to eat these bits, but I prefer not to eat that bit. So with a spoon you can just gouge it out, and you can see these horrible bits. You wouldn't really want to eat those bits, would you? There's like the choke bits there you can see coming out. Okay, so this version, this is what you do if you were stuffing the artichokes. The other version that we said, the artichokes alla polita.
Very good.
Yes. Okay. If you were doing that version, you do actually get rid of nearly all the leaves. Seems a bit of a waste, but there we go. And you cut the artichoke, you would actually cut it off there. You just use the base of the artichoke. Okay.
In
So-
Greek, what do they call the base of the artichoke?
I don't know. Or patos.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
They call it the bum of the artichoke, actually.
Oh, okay. The worm beginning with C. Okay, let's not go into that. Okay. So here is the cleaned, prepared artichoke. I'll put that there. And now we can finish off our Euralakia.
Right.
So would you like to turn the heat right down on that, please? And I need 2 egg yolks into the bowl.
2 egg yolks
Chef.
into the bowl.
Yeah.
Why don't I do it my way?
Yeah, you do it your way.
I don't understand why everyone doesn't do it like that. It's so much more simple.
I'd really laugh if you stuck your finger in and broke it then, but you didn't. So that's good, okay. So now we need the juice of 1 lemon, the recipe says. So it's the lemon that we used the zest from earlier. It's going in there. If you like things really lemony, obviously just add more. We've got another half lemon sat here, so I'm going to use that as well. Hopefully not get there. There we go. Okay, so that needs whisking up.
There we go.
I think you can see the meatballs are ready now. So we can actually turn the heat right off now. Okay, we have to be quite careful with this mixture because the heat from the liquid here can cause the eggs to curdle. So we don't pour it straight in, we add a little bit of liquid from the pan. Slowly into here. And you can blow it kisses if you like, Alex, so it doesn't curdle. So just a couple of spoons of liquid. Maybe one more. Okay, so that's done. And that needs simply to be tipped into the pan with the meatballs now. And that's it, ready.
You can let it rest for a while, don't you?
Yeah, you can leave it to rest, or we can serve up one bowl now if you like.
Okay. And let's just say a few hellos first. So, a big hello to Kev, who was his birthday the other day, and we saw some fabulous pictures online on Facebook. Thank you for sharing those with us. And Annette says, hello from Annette and Terry in Cork in Ireland, all the way over there. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And Linda, hello Linda. And Maggie says, what does Maggie say? If we're there in September, might try and upset my favourite barman. And then we've got Julie, who says she made spanakopita. That's spinach pie. Very nice to know that you're trying the recipes. And Lisbeth from Sweden. Thank you very, very, very much for watching, Lisbeth. And we have Marlene, big hello. And then there is, Kel says, I hope we get the good food at the menu next summer. Yes, of course, don't worry. We will try our best to put a lot of these dishes onto the menu so you can try what you've been seeing here and what we've been cooking. Marit says, everything looks so delicious. Hopefully, we have the possibility to taste these and enjoy it under the sun. I really, really hope so too. I really hope that you are able to come over here. All right, so are we ready to serve?
Yeah, we're ready.
Yes?
Yep. One just thing while you do it, carry on, but some people might like the sauce to be a little bit thicker. Obviously, all you need to do is add a little bit of corn flour to the mixture. I prefer to have it as a soup, and I don't like the thick texture, so that's how we're doing it, like a soup.
There we go.
Okay, and just a little bit of black pepper and a little bit of parsley, and it's perfect comfort food.
Okay.
All done.
All right. So thank you very, very, very much, everyone, for joining. We've had loads of fun. We hope that you had fun too. And as I say, every week, all these recipes and all these places that we get to go and see. If we had them only for ourselves, it would mean absolutely nothing. And the best thing is that we get to share it with all of you, not physically, but online now, and hopefully physically soon. Thank you very, very much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.